Looked at when Neymar came on, there was a lot of excitement
in
the crowd, and I'm sure back in Brazil about this iconic player being in the squad and eventually coming on. But boy, I think if you're João Pedro or one or two others that didn't make the squad, and you're looking at that guy saying this is just a sentimental pick, because yeah, I know he's not had much game time, but he just looked so sluggish and off the pace, and as if it passed him by. So, you know, if you have to go to him in the latter stages of the tournament, that's going to be the big question, you know, is can he come on, can he actually come on and influence a game against better players? Which, you know, he even struggled when he came on against the Scotland team. So, you know, that for me, I know Thiago's there, I know Cunha can play up front, I know Hendrick's there, but these are inexperienced players at that level, and I think the one thing you're going to have to do in this tournament, if you're going to go all the way, is go to your bench for game changers. And it looks to me as if that was nothing more than just a sentimental pick putting him in.
They start that way.
Because so many teams, it's the philosophy of the coach, of the players. Oh, they're going to drop off. Be patient. I hate the word patience when people say, oh, you've got to be patient. No, you don't have to be patient. If a team wants to sit back there and you've got all the play, make them defend. Keep getting crosses into the box. Keep getting players in the box. Make them have to defend. If they get the right ball, you get a player attacking it, you go and score. Now you can be patient because you're 1-0 up. You control the game. They've got to come out and play now. Don't be patient at the start of the game. Be positive. And that's what England weren't today. That's what Spain weren't in their first game. That's what Portugal weren't in their first game. They try and then rush it at the end. Too late.
He's a bit argumentative today because he hasn't got the result he wanted.
Well, exactly.
He's in a bit of a mood. He's got a long day and he's hedging his bets for an argument over England.
Well, he's going to get it.
I don't think I'm hedging my bets. I agree with you that it was just turgid.
Right, but
the whole performance was turgid.
Here's part of the build-up play that I don't understand, right, in the first half. Madueke was giving them a little bit of width on the right-hand side, right? So he was giving them a bit of width. Anthony Gordon was supposed to give them width on the left. He's in the team because of his pace. Yet Anthony Gordon was tucking in quite considerably to allow the fullback to get the width. But really, the fullback today on the left side's Jed Spence. Not only is he right-footed, he's not a very good crosser of the ball. What's the point? And you have a wide player who gives you width, who gives you pace, and he's coming into an already congregated area where Ghana had a lot of players. There was Kane, there was Bellingham, there was Gordon, there was midfielders in there already. It was congested, and Gordon's coming in to give England width on the left-hand side from the fullback. The fullback that can't cross the ball with his left foot.
Well,
What's the point in that?
We were having this conversation.
It's absolutely bonkers.
We were having this conversation at half-time. I think you'd gone and got some drink and all sorts of stuff, but we were having the conversation, weren't we?
I was working.
Gordon should have been wide, as Craig said, and given the width, and they really should have made the change at half-time. O'Reilly coming in to the left-back position and doing what he does for Manchester City. So when the ball's on the other side, and Madueke was having a bit of joy, he got a couple of good crosses in, O'Reilly's coming in at the far post doing what he does for Man City, winning balls in the air at 6'5", making the run from out to in. And then Gordon could have been wide on the left-hand side. But they didn't make that change until it was a little bit too late. And he did have one header, I think, hit the bar, the keeper made a great save. And that's what Thomas Tuchel, in my view, should have seen as we saw it at half-time.
He hasn't got a full-back. I mean, Reece James on the other side, I suppose, but he hasn't got a full-back on the left-hand side that's going to maraud up the left wing, and I include Nico O'Reilly in this because he's not a full-back, really. That'll maraud up the left wing and whip a ball in, right? They haven't got that, so they're a little predictable on that side. I mean, Dan Burn's left-footed, he's not going to do that. I mean, he can play left-back, but he's not going to do that. So they don't have, Luke Shaw was omitted from the squad, they don't have that player that can...
So as to your point, Gordon should have been given the width, and O'Reilly, when he came on, as he did, should be making the runs into the box when the ball's on the other side. So he's playing inside of the wide player. Right from the start of the game, it was obvious that Ghana were going to make it difficult for England. They were going to be compact, they were going to stay deep, and England didn't adjust. They should have adjusted much quicker. So should the manager, Thomas Tuchel. Instead of Harry Kane coming towards the ball and congesting things even further, he should have been making runs into these sort of areas here, threatening the back and threatening the side of the defenders. The same with Jude Bellingham. He was going back into congested areas, into midfield, instead of playing further forward and causing problems with his runs. Now, that would have allowed the likes of Anderson to play further up the field. He could have played in that sort of area. The same with Declan Rice. Instead, they were coming back to the ball, getting it off the centre half, so there was 5 versus 1 in that area, which meant England were outnumbered by the Ghana defenders where it matters most, in the top third of the field. I was also surprised to see that Gordon played infield. He's a right-footed player, I understand that, but he needed to give more width and come wide out on this left-hand side, and Jed Spence could have supported him from a slightly deeper position, but it was the other way round. But it also comes down to the players on the ball at the back. At some point, you've got to look forward. You can't be too safe. They were playing balls into Anderson, they were playing balls into Rice, getting it back again. They needed to pass it forward more. Reece James could have played further up the field into those sort of areas and caused Ghana problems. Over the course of the game, England didn't do enough.